Welcome back to Pure Blood Wolf Brothers. I'm Steve.
And I'm Bobby. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe down below.
Today we have to report a sad incident that happened in LA. Monterey Park, there was a mass shooting, 10 shot dead, 10 more victims in the hospital. It is nice to report, though, however, that they allegedly have found the suspect, a 72-year-old Asian man. Do we know why? And what was the motive on this?
I didn't hear of any motive yet. And they did find him dead, by the way.
True.
So that's also a good and a bad thing, because he can't serve justice. You can't serve justice to somebody that's dead, but at the same time, he's gone. So, but we do want to send our condolences to the families of all the victims of this shooting.
Mhm. There is this whole thing brings up another question, because California is a very gun restricted state.
One of the strictest.
Yeah, the citizens that were gunned down, unfortunately, did not have the means to have any kind of arms on them to defend themselves. Brings up the question because all of these shootings, that these mass shootings, end up happening in areas where guns are restricted. Any thoughts on that?
Well, people are always willing to break the law. You're always going to get the criminal that wants to create a mass shooting like this. At Chinese New Year, where there's families and people are just trying to have a good time. You're always going to get the criminal coming in, knowing everybody's unarmed in a state that has, I think it is the strictest gun laws in the U.S. So it's like fair game to them.
Something's got to change. I mean, it really does. We got to stop these mass shootings, and the only way to stop it would be to have these people that are going in there firing their guns to think twice about it.
Right. Yeah, some of the safest cities in America are the ones that are the most armed.
Right? You never hear of mass shootings in those places.
Nope. Nope. Who's got the balls to do it? Nobody.
You always have citizens that are going to fire back.
Mm-hmm.
So, on
Yep.
that note, again, thoughts and prayers go out to the families and friends of these victims. In lighter news, the Crypt Keeper, Nancy Pelosi, had a exorcism performed at her house. Got anything on that, Bobby?
Not a lot to report on this article. It's pretty vague, but the pastor at her local church said that he had nothing to do with it. None of his staff was involved. So I don't know who performed this exorcism, if it even really happened. But Nancy, I think you need more than that.
Think it has anything to do with her best friends, Jose, Jim, Captain,
Jack?
or
Yeah,
Jack? Yeah,
they probably were visiting, came over for a little bit.
very possible.
And yeah, it says in there too that her husband and herself fell into a dark place after what happened to him.
I think Nancy's been in a dark place for a very, very, very long time.
I think she is the dark place. I don't even want her on the screen anymore. It just tainted us.
Well, and on a little friendlier scenario, opposite side of the aisle, we've noticed that there's not been a whole lot of information being given to the people about Donald J. Trump.
Nope.
So, what we're going to do is we're going to share with you one of his latest speeches.
That's my boy, Donald Trump. Here we go.
Under no circumstances should Republicans vote to cut a single penny from Medicare or Social Security to help pay for Joe Biden's reckless spending spree, which is more reckless than anybody's ever done or had in the history of our country. Biden has blown out the federal budget, wasted trillions on left-wing lunacy and the ridiculous Green New Deal, which is a tremendous problem and embarrassment to us. and thrown open our treasury and our borders to migrants from all over the world. In fact, migrants that are coming from prisons and migrants that are coming from mental institutions are being dropped into the United States, and we do nothing about it. I had the safest border in the history of our country just 2 years ago, and now we have probably the worst border in the history of the world. I don't think any country has ever had anything like we have right now. Well, we absolutely need to stop Biden's out-of-control spending. The pain should be borne by Washington bureaucrats, not by hardworking American families and American seniors. The seniors are being absolutely destroyed in the last 2 years. Cut the hundreds of billions of taxpayer dollars going to corrupt foreign countries. Cut the mass releases of illegal aliens that are depleting our social safety net and destroying our country. Cut the left-wing gender programs from our military. Cut the billions being spent on climate extremism. Cut waste, fraud, and abuse everywhere that we can find it, and there's plenty of it. But do not cut the benefits our seniors worked for and paid for their entire lives. Save Social Security. Don't destroy it. The Democrats are looking to destroy Social Security. We're not going to let them do it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the man always seems to make some sense, doesn't he?
A
Like
little
him or
bit
not.
Too much sense for the left. Too much sense for the left. That's why he joined the right.
Well, all right. You have a good night, and we
You
will
too.
talk to you later.
Hope all you guys